Let me paint a picture for you. You're lounging on your couch, scrolling through your phone, and your dog, your ever-loyal, tail-wagging companion, is lying at your feet. You think, yep, just another regular day with my ordinary dog. But what if I told you that the very same dog you think of as just a pet could one day do something extraordinary? Something so profound that it changes how you see them forever. That's exactly what happened to me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Really? Saved your life? Isn't that a little dramatic? Stick with me, because by the end of this story, you might just look at your own dog and wonder, what secret hero lies within you? It all started on one of those days where everything felt off. You know the kind. When even your coffee tastes wrong, and you stub your toe twice before breakfast. My dog, Max, seemed unusually restless that day. He kept nudging me, whining softly, and staring at me with those big, soulful eyes. I thought, okay, buddy, you're just being needy. Spoiler alert, he wasn't. Here's the kicker. Dogs can sense things we can't. You've probably heard the stories. Dogs sniffing out illnesses, alerting to seizures, or warning of imminent danger. But until it happens to you, it feels like something out of a movie. That day, Max wouldn't leave my side, not even for his favorite treat. If that isn't suspicious, I don't know what is. I decided to take him for a walk, thinking he needed to burn off some energy. Little did I know, that walk would take a turn I never expected. Halfway through, Max froze. His ears perked, his body stiffened, and he let out a deep, guttural growl. The kind that sends chills down your spine. And let me tell you, Max is not a growler. My first thought? What's wrong with you, buddy? My second thought? What's out there that I can't see? Humor me for a second. Have you ever felt like your dog knows something you don't? Like they're tuned into a secret frequency? That's exactly how I felt. Max was alert, protective, and laser-focused on something in the distance. I didn't see or hear anything unusual, but I trusted him. And thank goodness I did. Before I could process what was happening, Max lunged forward, barking like I'd never heard before. That's when I saw it. A car barreling toward the crosswalk we were about to step into, the driver clearly distracted. If Max hadn't stopped me, I would have stepped right into the path of that car. My ordinary dog saved my life that day. But this story isn't just about Max and me. It's about the incredible instincts all dogs have. Scientists say dogs can sense changes in our body language, detect subtle shifts in our scent, and even pick up on electromagnetic fields. They're like four-legged superheroes with powers we're only beginning to understand. Did you know some dogs can detect drops in blood sugar levels before their owners feel any symptoms? Or that they can sniff out cancer with astonishing accuracy? What about their ability to predict natural disasters? It's like they're hardwired for heroism. And yet, how often do we underestimate them? How often do we dismiss their quirks as just being a dog? Max's behavior that day wasn't just random, it was intuition, instinct, and love rolled into one. He saw what I couldn't, and he acted without hesitation. Now, here's where I get a little emotional. After that day, I couldn't help but wonder, how many times has Max protected me without me even realizing it? How many dangers has he sensed and steered me away from? The thought is humbling. Think about your own dog for a moment. That goofy grin, those wagging tails, the way they seem to know exactly when you need a cuddle. Behind all that fluff and charm is an animal with incredible potential, a being capable of love so fierce it could save your life, just like Max saved mine. But here's the thing, dogs don't save lives for the fame or the glory. They do it because they love us unconditionally. They don't see us as ordinary humans. To them, we're everything. And that's why they'll do anything to protect us, even if it means putting themselves in danger. Max's story stuck with me in ways I never expected. After that day, I found myself observing him more closely, watching the way his ears twitched at the faintest sound or how he tilted his head as if he understood every word I said. It made me realize that dogs aren't just reacting to their environment, they're decoding it. Every bark, every wag, and every sniff carries a purpose, even if we don't always see it. What if the ordinary things they do are extraordinary in ways we can't comprehend? Think about it. Dogs have been our companions for thousands of years. They've hunted beside us, guarded our homes, and comforted us in our darkest moments. They've evolved to be attuned to our emotions and our lives. But in the hustle of modern living, how often do we pause to truly appreciate what that means? Your dog isn't just there, they're present in ways that most humans can't even manage. And let's not forget about the humor in all this. I mean, how many times have you caught your dog staring at a blank wall as if it's about to reveal the secrets of the universe? Or barking at a rogue plastic bag blowing down the street like it's an invading alien? While these moments make us laugh, they're also a reminder of just how deeply they're wired to protect us, even if it means saving us from dangerous laundry. But there's a flip side to this intuition: the emotional toll it can take on them. Dogs absorb so much of our energy. If we're stressed, they're stressed. If we're joyful, they're over the moon. It's a level of empathy that's both beautiful and humbling. So, the next time your dog leans on you for no apparent reason, maybe it's their way of saying, "I'm here for you. Are you okay?" Sometimes, I wonder how dogs see the world. Is every shadow a potential threat? Is every breeze filled with clues we'll never understand? It's like living with a furry detective who's always on the case. And while we might find their vigilance amusing or even annoying at times, it's also something we should admire. They're not just living in our world, they're constantly working to make it safer for us. There's a saying that goes, "Dogs don't talk, but they'll tell you everything you need to know." That's the truth, isn't it? Whether it's the way they nuzzle you after a tough day or bark frantically to alert you to something unusual, they're always communicating. We just have to be willing to learn their language. And let's not overlook the fact that dogs are fearless. They don't second-guess their instincts. If they sense danger, they act. No hesitation, no internal debate. Imagine if we lived with that kind of clarity and courage. Maybe that's one of the greatest lessons our dogs can teach us: how to trust ourselves and act with purpose. And there's this: dogs don't see us as flawed or broken. To them, we're their heroes, their whole universe. And in those moments when they save us, whether it's from physical danger or emotional despair, it's their way of reminding us that we're worth saving. Maybe we'll never fully understand the depth of their love, but one thing's for sure: it's the kind of love that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Every once in a while, I catch myself wondering what life would be like without Max. And honestly, it's a thought I can't dwell on for long. Dogs have this uncanny ability to fill spaces in our lives we didn't even know were empty. They're not just pets, they're silent witnesses to our joys, our struggles, and everything in between. And when they step up in extraordinary ways, like Max did that day, it's almost like they're saying, "I've been watching, and I know exactly what you need." And here's a mind-blowing thought: dogs don't care about titles, accolades, or appearances. They don't save lives for fame or recognition. They do it because it's who they are. Their loyalty is pure, their bravery unmatched. When Max stood between me and danger, it wasn't just instinct, it was love in its truest form. That's the magic of dogs. They remind us what it means to care deeply and act selflessly, even when no one's watching. So, what does this mean for us as dog owners? It means paying attention. When your dog acts weird, don't brush it off. When they seem overly attached, restless, or anxious, ask yourself, what are they trying to tell me? Trust me, they're always communicating, we just need to listen. And while we're at it, let's not take these incredible creatures for granted. They're not just pets, they're family. They're our protectors, our confidants, and sometimes, our lifesavers. They see us at our worst and still think we're the best. I'll leave you with this thought: your dog might be ordinary in your eyes, but to them, you're their entire world. And sometimes, when you least expect it, they'll remind you just how extraordinary they really are. So, the next time you look at your dog, remember this story. Remember Max. And maybe, just maybe, Give your furry friend an extra treat or a long belly rub. After all, you never know when their instincts might save the day or your life.